Hello? Huh, that's weird. Hello? There we go. Good morning. Good morning. The only way to avoid big losses is to take them when they're small. Thought of the day. That's something that Mark Ritchie just said this morning. He's a fellow swing trader. But, basically the only way to avoid big losses he says, is to take them when they're small. I had a shorter way to say that a second ago. The only way to avoid big losses. Yeah, I guess that's the most concatenated way that you can say it. Yeah, good on him. All right. This morning, the market is gapping open lower quite a bit. Let's see. Let's see. It should show me the percentage here. Minus 1.7%. The ADR of the market is 1.5%. So this is it's gapping open even more than the market typically moves in one day. Of course, that's an average, the ADR. And then on the Friday, it moved 2%. Well, it had a 2% wide day. Okay, so anyway, today, essentially, we're opening at a level that is below where the market should have taken you, but we don't have 24/7 trading yet on Earth. We do with crypto and some different markets, and we do have some 24/6 trading now, 24/5 or 24/6 trading going on, but we still aren't 24/7. So anyway, the market is not always open. So it has moved down as much as more than a single day's move, and it's opening lower. Now, the last time it did this, it moved down a little bit and then started to get bought up for most of the rest of the day, and then sold off towards the end of the day, but ended green. So bulls in a bull market take moments like these as shopping discount sale days. But if you got stops on positions and they get hit, good. They should. If things get knocked out, it's to save you from further losses, like Mark Ritchie said. The only way to avoid the bigger losses is to get out while they're small. So you take your losses when you're supposed to take your losses, and you, what do they say? Gather up your, something bootstraps, whatever, and then you have to work them back. You have to work them back whenever the market starts to turn good again. You will, but sometimes the market can be sour for weeks or months, and you can even get into a bear market. So, excuse me. I don't really think that's going to happen as far as the bear market concept goes. But let's see how let's see how the bulls react today. And you're really not going to be able to get a full opinion on that until like 4 days of trading have gone in. But certainly, we're going to need to see the whole day today. My opinion is probably it's going to get pretty supported. However, some names are going to be deemed too risky, and those names are going to sell off. And other names are going to be thought of as an awesome little add-on point for people accumulating a position in those names. And then for swing traders, day traders, swing traders, you want to stick to the ones that are green and having a good day. But do realize that on a day like this, when everything's getting smashed, you should expect there to be a lot of mixed messaging throughout the whole day. And that's basically going to be rotation. The mixed messaging in general is you're going to say, well, why is this going up, but that's going down? And it's a day to de-risk, get safer, and also grab some more of something that you have a ton of faith in because it's on discount. That's going to be the general consensus today, barring a total panic sell-off, which I'm never going to rule out absolutely anything that goes on, because the market is the market. The market knows best, and you can try and figure it out, but as they say, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So don't try and be against what's going on, against what the market is doing, against what's going on, because maybe you'll be right in a month or a year, but it's going to obliterate you and clean you out in the meantime. So best thing you can do is not have your own fantasy delusion of what the market should be doing. Trust the market. Trust the market. Believe the market. Do what you're supposed to do under the conditions of what the market is doing, and keep moving forward day by day. It's okay to have thesis, kind of understand the general sense of things, or understand when a day is a very risky day, or when a day is an unbelievably good buying day. Not today, I don't think, maybe, but just understand what's happening, and don't try to be bigger than the market. You're not. Nobody is. That's a good way to put it. I'm going to write that on Twitter real quick. All right, the market is open. We'll see how it goes from here. Posting that little thought. Go. Jesus, my headphones are too loud. Woo! Did you hear that? That was a whoa. All right. Well, I'm surprised I haven't hit any stops on anything right at the open here. I thought I'd be opening such as some stops are going to get hit, and probably they're going to get hit any minute. But all right. I mean, I have a moment to move with the market, apparently. Interestingly enough, the dollar is strengthening, so you can't avoid that. That's a very good thing. The dollar is strengthening, so that means the U.S. economy is strengthening, and bond rates are going down, which means investing in the U.S. is going up. As far as like literally the U.S., like U.S. Treasury bonds, like investing in the solidarity, security, and strength of the U.S. is going up. So that causes rates to go down. Obviously, a country which has Treasury bond interest rates at like 20% or higher is not a secure place to put your money. So as a place gets more and more secure of a place to put your money, they don't have to incentivize you, buy your heart, by giving you a high interest rate anymore. So interest rates go down when bonds get bought up. That's what we're seeing this morning so far, and that's a good sign. That's a sign of strength. And it looks like we have the majority green this morning out of the gate. of growth stocks. And so we're having a good start. Let's take a look at some of the ones that are having a good start today and see if any of them are a buy. Okay, AFRM. Yeah, still very, what have we been calling it? Anxious. Yeah, anxious behavior from AFRM instead of secure behavior. And yet also today is not necessarily a buy signal, but it's having a green moment. Very good for them. It's just not really a signal moment, and it would be a short-term trade at most. A-Lab. Oh, this does not look good. I mean, these are all growth stocks that have done well, but they could have had a bad recent moment, and today they're doing well. Well, this one, A-Lab, yeah, it's doing well today, but it's nowhere near anywhere where we could reliably want to throw some money at it. Just like I said about the other one. So there's a lot of those like that this morning. AFRM, VRT, A-Lab, we looked at those, and they're all in the same problematic spot. Do I have VRT? No, I've got out of that. And what about A-Lab? I'm not in that. Okay. And on. Nope. Okay. All right. So let's see. On. Acts a bit manic. Can only be used for short-term gains. It looks like. And let me see if that behavior has changed at all. No, it's still quite manic. So that's an entry today for a short-term trade on. I'm gonna go grab it for the purposes of what I just said. Going to go in for a 2-to-1 from 58 here with a stop at 54.5, basically 58.3. $3 a risk. Okay, it's moving quite fast. Going to have to switch to a market order. Okay, I'm in. Now the idea here is with these quick trades, is to set up a 2-to-1 100% ladder. If you'd like to know what that means, if you're following and you don't follow me regularly, click the link below to book a one-on-one session, and I'll be happy to teach you all the ins and outs. Okay, let's see. I have 116 shares. What divides evenly into that? 58? Yeah, 2. About 4. Okay, 29 exits of 4 exits of 29 shares could work. So that would also mean that 8 exits of around 15 shares could work. That's what I'm going to do. 8 exits of 15 shares, up a 2-to-1. So that's what I said. Good morning, CVS Frog. Hope everyone has an awesome day and week. Thank you. Okay, every 87.50, which is like then 160 or something. I don't know. Okay, hold up. I gotta put my times 2, 175. Okay, and then times 3, 262.50. Perfect. So see how I'm setting that up on the ladder? I'm going to set up these exits. 350. I'm using a cheat to figure out where to put my exits, but you could calculate them manually. But math can be solved in many ways, and so I'm doing it a little bit of a different way. Those who attend my master classes know. The little trick here. All right, there we go. What? 60, 75, 90, 105. 105. So 11. My last order has to be for 11 because I don't have it exactly divisible. Right. So that's how you use these manic stocks that are in a growth cycle but are too risky, too manic, too anxious to build a position in. Instead, you recognize, you know what, they're too manic through whatever, but hey, this is a signal. And whenever these things signal, because they're in a growth cycle, they go on a spurt. And because of that, you set up a short-term trade on it. And that's either a 6-to-1 if you have a tight stop, or a 2-to-1 if you have a wide stop. In this case, I have a wide stop, so I set up a 2-to-1. And so that's going to be taking all my profits all the way up to the price of $64.50, which is almost to the top of that level up there. All right, so that's on MMYT. Oh yeah, let me just set up my entry, my annotation about that. When I come back to it, I know what's going on. I basically made a stop at 55. I probably would wait till lower. Lower day, basically. I got in at 58.47. Okay, right there. All right, that's on now. MMYT. Oh boy, what a beautiful growth cycle this one is in. However, it's way too manic, but today's a signal, so here we go. I'm going to grab another one, and this is for short-term trading. So we set up a 2-to-1. 115 minus 108 is 7. So I get 50 shares. MMYT, 50 shares. It's an easy numbers. Bid and the ask are fairly wide. Let's try 114.87 right in the middle. Okay, got it. Nice. Now I set up all those shares up at 2-to-1 because I have a wide stop, not a tight stop. So that would be 10 exits of 5 shares each. So that for me, that'd be every $70 for me in my case of profit. There's many ways to do the math on that. So we're just setting up entry. We're just setting up money into short-term signals, short-term trading signals on stocks that are in a growth cycle, but can be kind of manic, kind of anxious. And so we're just simply going to exploit that for a few days. You know, they tend to give the right moves, but they're not good to stay in too long. I have positions I'd like to stay in too long. Well, not too long, but long. And those are positions. You know, you got to learn the difference between positions and trades. All right, the math worked out perfectly there. I have all of my exits set all the way up to 129. Okay, it's actually a pretty what's the word? Hopeful trajectory. 129, basically top of the screen there. Right around there. So it might not be feasible because it could run up against this double top. However, there was earnings recently, and that changed the game a little bit. And so maybe it does have enough energy and enough sentiment to carry it up there. So we'll see. All right, that's it. So I'm in that one now. MMYT. I got into what was the other one? On. So these are stocks in growth cycles, but they happen to be exhibiting anxious behavior, and so we exploit that through setting up a short-term swing scalp. So what I'm going to do now, just write it in. So when I come back to this, I know what's going on. 114.87. $108 for the stop. And I do need to set up alerts on my stops because I'm not even setting my stops because I'm doing 100% take profits up a ladder. And so I have, and that's not a bracket order. So I have the way they do it, you can't set a stop if you already have your shares committed to other orders. All right, AUR. I'm just looking at what's sort of signaling in our stuff here. Woo-wee! KC, look at that. Man, what a move it has made from 940 to 16. We want to keep that on watch. Let me grab my pen. We definitely want to put that down as something we're watching. Where did my nice pen go? Well, it's not even my nice pen. It's just the one I'm used to. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I have lots of pens in this drawer, and pencils, and even art pencils. This is like really high-end, type of pencils. Really high-end pens and everything. But where's my just shitty old pen I usually have on my desk? All right, well, I guess I'll use this one. I don't know if it works good enough. This is my shitty pen number 2. All right. Today is the February 3rd. Just a hot list, hot list. Oh, this pen works really nice. It's very flowy. It's just a ballpoint pen, but it's very nice. We want to put KC on that, yeah. KC. And we want to just be putting, stocks on that list all the time and crossing them off when they should be crossed off. I prefer that, to keeping a list in the computer. You could have a page called hot list. Just a page, like I'm doing here. And, you just write down hot list. It's just a piece of paper. One piece of paper, hot list, and you just throw symbols sequentially across the whole thing. You could probably fit 150 symbols on there. It's a great way to keep track of things. And then if any of them become non-hot list opportunities anymore, you just cross it off. Hot list. And it's nice when you cross it off versus deleting it from a list on the computer or something, because then you can see what was hot that you crossed off. You can go, wasn't I following that? Because all of a sudden it pops huge. It gets a contract from the U.S. government or whatever. And then you go back to your list on the computer and it's not there. And you're like, I don't know. I don't remember. Just get a piece of paper. Write hot list. And just start putting tickers down of things that you're stalking. STALKING. And, that's going to be probably potentially stalking for swing scalping, short term, but It may be something you're stalking for getting your first entry to build a position on as well. You could call that setting up. You could have another list if you want called setting up. But hot list is fine because the thing is you should be going through that hot list every day, maybe twice a day. Anyway, all right, that's Futu is not quite right. Sag. See, it's in a growth cycle, but it's quite manic, quite anxious all over the map. But any kind of entry signal could be exploited. This is not quite right as far as entry signal goes. This was. So it moved down, then it moved up over. This was an entry signal right here. It's green bar, but it's doing this now, hopefully. And you can't really get in here. So the only way you could get in is over here in a few days. And that's just too late. This was the best entry signal. Okay, so you just got to be able to recognize that. You need to be wise. I'm going to take a quick look if there's, just to be sure, be diligent here, if there's anything bad in my portfolio going on, anything going bad. Okay, so first thing I can think of that I see is United Airlines. Okay, it opened at my stop. Did not get stopped out. Nope. And it has been actually going up, so it's been kind of recovering. Next worst is, what is that? VST? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 VST? I think so. Okay, it's also reclaiming and doing okay today, but yeah, it's below my entry. True that. And then below that I got DNA. These are sort of like disappointing moves that I'm checking in on. I have a wide ass stop on this one, so I'm really able to take the punches on it. And it is having a tough time following through. This is at the beginning of a bottom reversal, so I'm giving it a chance. This is the first time in a long time for this company to be doing that. Okay, continuing down, things that are under pressure in my portfolio. IonQ. It's hanging in there, but it is pulling back, but it's hanging in there. It's not needing any action today. Crowd. Yeah, understandable. It's in the middle of my risk zone. Let's see. Microsoft. Okay, it's like way down at the level where it wants to stop out. It's very close to stopping out. Now, let me go to my two larger positions and see how they're doing. That would be Geo. I mean, they're not really largest. They're just the ones that I've amassed. They're positions that I've amassed on. Let's start with Manpower. Monobar, whatever it's called, Monopar. This is manic. Wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, so this is kind of tricky. It looks manic, kind of, at a first glance anxious, but it's actually secure, believe it or not. And that's because of how it reacts in pullbacks. The pullbacks are not drastic, and they're supported, and there's no big gaps, and there's a lot of contiguous connective tissues. This made it anxious. This is definitely an anxious moment, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it has faded into secure movement, even though this movement is fairly strong. It's all relative. And what's more important is how is it responding to negative motion. Just hit my first profit target on MMYT. That was the position we just got in. So I'm making some profits on that. On that anxious swing scalp. So anyway, this one's good. Just illustrating that. Why is MNPR showing up in unallocated? Okay. That's a 2E position. Okay, you know, my largest ones are Geo. My 3E positions are Geo. And you might say, but isn't that anxious behavior? And it's really close. But it's kind of behaving. It was definitely anxious back here, and you could make a lot of money on that, getting a 6-to-1, and several other entries and getting 6-to-1s. But it's kind of behaving. So for now, it's really close. Borderline. Has borderline anxiety disorder. Cineverse. Yeah, I made a huge move, but it's settling in pretty nicely. So this one, you know, I could be building on as well. RCAT. Cat's gonna probably be an exit soon. I probably have to move this into the anxious category. Obviously, Walmart's not anxious. It's doing fine. It's doing fine today. Leading my port. I'm going to check quickly on my Webull. I forget what I have over there. Looks like I have something not really working out. What is it? Take a look at these. Duolingo. Hey, Duolingo's doing okay. Even though it's kind of starting at a lower level today, it's green. Par. Yeah, par is essentially hitting my stop. It actually kind of did hit my stop. It's recovering a little bit, but I think we're going to have to get out of par very soon here. Okay, I'll keep that open in the background. Now, continuing on through PIX, we also have XPEV, which I don't think is any good. Team Atlassian Corp. Is this secure growth cycle? Because it's in a growth cycle of some sorts. It's pivoting, it's trading, it's trending up. Is this secure behavior or anxious behavior? That's actually an entry too. I'm going to get in that. Okay, and I'm going to take 11 exits of $1. 11 exits of 2 shares. Just like before, I'm going to put those at like 70, up to every $70 in gain. So what we're doing, again, to reiterate, is we're taking advantage of stocks that flitter and make moves, but give them up too quickly and are too anxious to really hold for longer than a few days. And so for that reason, we set up either a 2-to-1 or a 6-to-1, depending if we have a tight stop or a wide stop, to get rid of 100% of our shares along the way, instead of holding half and building a position. Everybody got it? What did I do wrong there in my math? 210 plus 70 is 280, not 290. 350, because I should always have an order at 350. 420. 510. Wait, that's 90. What am I doing here? Am I doing math wrong? 350, 420. Now we go 490. 560. Oh, I just got a first exit on this one team. For what? Oh, and the numbers are all off now. Okay, I'll just have to use the distances. 329 to 332. 332 minus 329 is every $3. Okay, so here we have 332, so 335. The numbers changed because I just had an order filled. 35, 338. 341. 344. So, yeah, we'll see if that does that. You know, these stocks, they have that propensity. This was team. Yes, I see it there. Okay. So I'm going to illustrate it. I'm going to annotate it on my chart. So when I come back, I know what is going on. What I did, what I'm up to, 309.91. What? Wow. It's already $3 higher than that. Wow. It's quite the mover. 309.91. Stop at 08, I think it was it? 296. Okay. And got another target on MMYT that we just got into. So, you know, these tickers that I'm getting into this morning that I just mentioned, you know, they're really working out. They're making their moves. MMYT looks like this now since entry. And I'm just exploiting their chaotic, manic, not too chaotic, but their manic quality. Good, Randy. So I think that's really going to put us going to start an account. What did you say? Wait, oh, what was this? This was a long time ago. Oh, that was about the Zoom. Sorry, my screen was like scrolled to the wrong spot. I love that. I love that. Don't try and be bigger than the market. You will lose that battle. Okay, now things are starting to pull back a little bit hard at the moment on the market. So this happens. Things get overbought on the morning, and bears start adding the pressure, and bulls are like, no, I'm good. I got in lower. And so then bears are able to push things down until the point in which the bulls go, I want to get some more now. You know, and this battle just goes on, you know, and depending on how much really money can be made going short versus going long, because of the way the economy is pointing, you know, the general market will follow through or bounce or resist or whatever, you know. All right, MMYT, let's keep going. SAG, ALAB, VST, VRT. I think they're both VST. Let me see, VST, VRT. Okay, right. Team, XPEV, Futu, Fix. So that'd be Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is in a beautiful growth cycle. However, it's extremely anxious right now. Very anxious. And yet, we could almost get in at this exploitable point here. Yeah, that's an entry. This is a special entry called a Red Dog Reclaim. It's a very advanced, interesting signal. So I'm going to get for a 2-to-1 because this is kind of the regular size, not a tight stop. Again, that's been happening all morning. 413, 430, so 17 to the stop. So 21 shares on Fix. And we're just filling up the manic bucket. Going to exploit the emotions of traders on these manic tickers right now. All right, now I'm going to set up 10 exits of 2 shares, one every $70 of profit. And over the next few days, maybe I hit some of those. It's good stuff. See an opportunity, take an opportunity. 70 and 10 is 90. No, 80. That's where I do my math wrong every time. I wonder why I do that. 350. Boom. 420. 490. 560. I think I'm doing math right. 740. I think I'm off. 560, 40, 3730. I mean 630. And 700. And now that means I have one share left. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I have one extra share left, and I'm going to put that towards the beginning here, right in the middle. It's good to if you have a little extra or whatever, to weight it towards the more probable than the improbable. And kind of technically, you could do that theoretically in your ladder. Like let's say you like I just had 10 exits that I was setting up of 2 shares. I could probably make the first 2 exits 3. So I can go 3, 3, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 1, whatever that adds up to. So it's a little bit of a kind of a pyramid of size, but you don't have to do that. I don't do it. But in theory, that would be just fine, because then you're weighting your profit taking towards the probable versus the improbable. All right, the market's definitely pulling back. I better take a look at par because I got that position over sensitive to getting stopped out. Yeah, it is. It's at my stop now. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a look at how does it look. I'll have to keep watching that for a few minutes. But we do still have other opportunities. GEV, Master, NRG. No. Very close though. No. Energy. No. Do ARM, and I think I might have looked at this just a little bit ago. Nope. Marvell. Core. Nope. Let's look at some mid caps, like smaller caps. CLS. Not a, is that a signal? Of CLS, it's almost like looking like I have it. I might have sold it before earnings. A little bit of a bounce happening on that pullback on the market right now. No, I mean, I don't have it, but the question is what I really want to do with it here. 120 to 111, 22, 120, 120, 142. Yeah, that looks very plausible. All right. I mean, it's kind of signaling it. I'm going to grab some on this one as well as Manic Exploitation. $11 to my stop means 32 shares. It's pulling back so I can grab it at the bid. I can try and grab it at the bid instead of being too aggressive. But actually, there's only 10-cent spread, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab it at the at a market order. Remember what happened on Webull the other day when I tried that? Got a terrible fill. All right. 210. 280. 20. 420. 490. 560. 630. And that should leave me with one. No, that should be all of them. 32, 30. What? I have 32 shares. How could I have this many? Oh, that was it. Okay. 8. Yeah, there we go. Showing there. But this is correct. What? Wait, what's going on? What did I do wrong here? DCX. It didn't take any of those orders I put in. Try again. 640. And going backward now. 570. I thought it was 560. It's taking my orders now. I don't know what happened before. 570. 570. Oh, that's not right. Okay, 700. 630. That'd be right here. Okay, 630. 560. 90. 20. 50. Yeah, these are correct. 280. 210. Minus 70. Brain's blanking out. I'm going to go the other way. Why? What? Oh, I've been divided by 10. Okay. That's the problem. I needed to divide all my targets by 8. 700 divided by 8 is every $88. Okay, got it. Okay, so first target's at 88. Next target will be times 2. Times 2. 175. Times 3. 262. Yeah, I was dividing by 10 instead of 8 exits. That was the problem. Times 4. 350. Times 5. 437.50. Times 6. 525. Times 7. 612. Okay, those are all set up now. And then 700 at the top. 42. Yeah, that's quite plausible. All right, fingers crossed on that. CLSN, let me mark it up, and then we'll continue to see if there's more opportunities. But we are now 40 minutes off the open. And I may end the live. Take my first break. My entry was 120.34. Stop at 109. I don't remember doing 11. 109? Did I do 11? How did I get 32 shares out of this then? Let me see. Got it at 120. Stop at 109. That would be 11. 32 shares. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was the right math. Okay. Thank God for math. Not guessing. All right. I'll take a look at like one or two more. OppFi. And 2 extended. Okay, one more. I don't know if we have Nutera or something. Nutria, Natural. Okay, no. See. No. All right. All right, you guys. Oops, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. And I have no drop frames, it says. All right. Well, anyway, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Click the links below in order to join our group and continue to chat together. And I'll see you back in the group. Thank you, everybody. Have a good morning.